Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And I am here to do a Get Ready With Me featuring the Danessa Myricks Lightworks 3 palette. This is advertised as a face and eye palette, so that's what I want to do today. I want to use it on my face and on my eyes, and I have done this look a couple of times in the last couple of days, and it's really fun, and I thought I would show you that look. I also kind of want to talk about clothing shopping, fashion, and just kind of talk through some things I'm thinking about, and also ask y'all for advice because I feel like, because I wanted to ask for advice. Anyway, I am going to jump in to the Get Ready With Me, but if you are new here, if you like colorful makeup, bitches with lots of opinions, or just cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe. I also have a Patreon and YouTube membership. Thank you to my current members and patrons. I appreciate you all so much. And if anyone watching wants to support me a little more, you can definitely check those out. Now, let's jump into this. So this Get Ready With Me is kind of a mix of newer products and older products. Products I'm still kind of figuring out my thoughts on, and some new stuff. So I am going to start with my usual, the Art Glow list. I have skincare on. I love this stuff. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm not going to apply it on my nose because I'm working with the Rose Ink Concealer again today, and I'm trying to gather more thoughts. So I'm going to apply this a little bit more controlled than I typically do. Now, the thing that has inspired me to come on the internet and talk to you all today is actually fashion and clothes, which is not, it's not my, first of all, it's not my typical content, although I have dabbled in it and y'all have, shown some interest. But I am in a situation where in the near future, very excitedly, I will have some job stuff, financial stuff coming into my life. And there are things that I want to kind of add to my collection, and choices I want to shop, but I want to be a little more thoughtful. I'm just winging it, so let me just start from what feels right. So when I moved back in May of 2021, that move, because I was going a longer distance, it really helped me pare down in a way that I needed at that time. And I am in this, I have realized for me with my mental health and everything else, there are certain things in my life where I don't want a ton of options. And it's not even that I want to be minimalist. It's not that I want, like with wardrobe, it's not that I want to build a capsule wardrobe because that is what's trending. And capsule wardrobe to my mind is like, you have like 10 items that you're working with. I mean, capsule wardrobe, I think, can mean anything. But so when I moved, I definitely passed on or threw out a lot of things that weren't working for me. Either they were staying to a point where I couldn't fix that, or they didn't really fit in a way that made me feel good, or just a mix of different things. And I thought I kind of brought the best of the best with me. And I mean, I think in that situation, I did bring the best of the best, but there are pieces that I have that I'm like, oh, I wish this fit different. I wish this had pockets. I wish this was, shorter, or there are just all these things that I like the things that I have, but I would like them slightly different, or I really don't like certain fabrics, and so, I've been living with those clothes for almost a year now, 10 months, which is wild to me. And now that I am coming into a place financially where I can replace things and expand my wardrobe, I really want to do it thoughtfully. And here's the big thing for me. I am not talking thoughtful in a slow fashion way, or in a thoughtful for me is actually paying attention to details that I like and excite me, like pockets, soft fabrics, other things, shapes and cuts that I actually like, versus fabrics I don't enjoy, patterns maybe I don't like. Here's the thing that I have struggled with is that, to be quite honest, for a lot of my life, I didn't have a ton of control over what I was wearing, partially because of what was available and partially because of life, family, things. And I know that you might be like, that was how long ago? But it held on to 25 or something. I feel like I was 25 before I really was looking at what I was buying and being able to make choices. Anyway, trauma aside. And so from that time to now, first of all, my relationship with my body has changed. My respect and appreciation of my body has grown. There's all of these different parts of that make shopping now different, along with the fact that the market still has a long way to go, but there are more options. And so, a lot of the clothes that I was buying, especially when I was living in New York, a lot of my wardrobe is from Target. I actually don't hate the whole Ava and Viv line. Not everyone is into it. It's not always great. There was a lot of times where it's not great at all. But anyway, financially and accessibility related needs dictated that a lot of what I was buying was from Target. And I would shop at Torrid every once in a blue moon. They were too fucking expensive. And there weren't actual in-store shops accessible in New York. I would shop at Avenue sometimes. Anyway, so I shopped online too, that's for sure. But I also preferred trying things on. So all of that to say, to get to where I'm at now. So I'm now at this point where I have a smaller wardrobe. I have certain things in there that I really like, and then I have certain things that they will be given away soon because I have had them for 10 months. I've had this narrowed in collection, all of that, and I just don't love them. I have a dress that is cute, but I don't like the fabric. I don't like chiffon-y fabrics. It's also too long, and the fabric makes me not really want to get it tailored because I don't enjoy what it feels like. And I have tops that don't fit quite right for me. And you know, I can move past that if I like, and by move past it I mean let it go if I have other options that I really like. But it gets hard to like let go of clothes because the thought of like, you know, saying no to something that, I mean, hey, at least it fits. Like, that's the bare minimum. Or that's not even the bare minimum. That's the, like, that's what felt like the only requirement. That's the thing. It felt like it was the only requirement. And I also discovered there was something about like the move and the whole like improve mental health and actually kind of like looking at myself in pictures and in real life and paying attention to how things fit and all of this, where I realized like, oh, some of the things that I have that I like are too big on me, because a lot of times, perfectly honest, I was buying, you know, like the biggest size because that's what I thought that my fit was, because that's what I was used to buying. I have things in my wardrobe that I like but are just honestly too big on me, and if they fit like they should fit, I would love the way they look, but because they are too big, they fit in a way that's less cute. And I'm just realizing that I don't have to hold on to these things. I think that's the big thing, is like realizing like I don't have to hold on to imperfect clothes. And it's because I'm having this, like I'm getting this privilege of being, you know, hopefully a little more financially stable moving forward, that I can think about that. But, you know, I've been spending, honestly, the last like 10 months thinking about, okay, what would I buy when I can shop? Like, because I haven't been in a position to, I wasn't prioritizing it in a lot of ways. And also, I didn't, you know, there's a lot to it. First of all, I was kind of just learning the ropes of like living in Mexico and trying to figure out a lot of things related to that, but also, yeah, just prioritizing my money elsewhere, to be quite honest. And I'm now at this point where I'm like, okay, I can thoughtfully adjust my wardrobe. And there are a lot more options out there for fat people than there were, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But it's still, I don't know. It's very intimidating. That's what it is. It's, I even in this financial space that I'm hopefully moving into, I'm not in the space where I can shop slow fashion completely, like, or completely handmade. I'm still in this relationship with my body and clothes that I feel like there are going to be certain pieces or cuts where I might be more willing and able to spend more money on them. But there are going to be other things where I'm not ready yet. I'm not financially ready yet, and I'm not emotionally ready yet to like spend, I don't know, $100 on a pair of sweatpants, or, you know, $200 on a jumpsuit, bodysuit thing that looks super comfy and beautiful. And like, there's going to be this mix. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, I have some pieces that I've been really loving that are from, you know, I have a rainbow dress from Retrolicious that I think I got for like $80. There is I have a dress from Peridot Robes coming to me soon that I think was like $110. I I have a leather jacket that I got at a sample sale. It is a sample sale. I'm saying air quotes because I'm not used to fat brands, like being a fat person and being able to buy a sample size. But so I have some things that I have had for a long time, and I've proven to myself you can take care of those things. Because that's another part of this whole thing, is that I'm in this headspace of like, well, you don't take care of your shit, so why are you going to buy something fancy? Like, that's a big part of it too, is me saying like, no, I can take care of things. You know, all things considered, I can. Also, side note, I've literally been using a filter on TikTok that does the like brow, like perfect face geometry thing to help me to figure out my brows. It's what made me shave off my brows. I'm so susceptible. Say what you will, this drawn-on brow is better than anything I would grow. And yes, I'm embracing the thin 90s brow, because that, like, bitches with small eyes love a thin brow because it gives you more space. If you have small eyes and you like eyeshadow, thin brows are kind of where it's at. Talk to me in a year, 6 months. I probably will be saying something completely different. I'm gonna stop drawing it on because I will continue to fuck them up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, so back to clothing talk, because I absolutely could not focus putting brows on and talking. No. I also decided to go ahead and add the lip. This is a Minted Dope Taupe. Thank you to Yolanda for that. It's a really lovely formula. And I tried to kind of do a more modern lip. I don't know. Whatever. I do like the like higher center of the lip. For now. Things change. Anyway, I applied the lipstick. Now let's do the eyes. Yeah. But I didn't even talk about it, but I ended up putting Spacesuit on my cheeks as like a blush and Golden Eclipse as my highlight. And I like how Spacesuit gives me that like weird orange to pink multi-chrome cheek. But I did powder on top of it. I didn't heavily powder. But yeah, I don't, just as a little like update, I don't love the creams on my eyes, whether I'm putting them down as a base and putting shadows on top, or vice versa. They tend to break down the eyeshadow. So Spacesuit and Polaris are definitely for the face. And I didn't even put Spacesuit on my nose today because I want to see how that rose ink concealer actually is holding up, and I had a fear that the cream product might mess with it. So anyway, we'll do the eyes. Eyes are most likely going to be Solar Rain, Soul, and Gaia. And so yeah, that's I'm doing neutral. Anyway, so where was I at? I stopped talking for too long about fashion. Basically, I'm just at this point where I'm trusting myself to spend a little more money on pieces that call to me, but I'm also like looking to shop at like maybe ASOS. There's a department store here that I could shop at too. And I'm not completely against the fastest of fast fashion. For things like I really want some mesh tops to wear on top of or even underneath some of the bralettes I have, especially that Body Love bralette that was a pricey piece. I want to be able to wear that both in videos and in real life more, and make it feel special and different in more situations. So my brain went to kind of like mesh tops, see-through tops. And I have a dress like overlay from Torrid that I love. But it's the only one I have, really. Oh, and I have that neon green, like... And to be quite frank, that one is also from Shein. I shopped at Shein once. I will consider that site for, like, mesh kind of things or super, super fast fashion that I'm trying to decide if I even like on my body. Because I'm still figuring that kind of stuff out. But... basically, the whole point of this entire conversation is I have this goal to, you know, get my wardrobe in a place that I'm more excited about, that fits better, that makes me feel more me. And I just want to, like, purchase thoughtfully, whether it's, you know, something that is $20 or $200, and actually like measure myself, make sure the sizing works, make sure, you know, things are going to work for me, because a lot of these purchases are not going to be returnable. Maybe they will be, but like especially some of the pricier ones, I don't know, I know with my location that it does limit in some ways. So anyway, I wanted to like ask like something I thought about doing. I thought about inventorying my entire wardrobe and kind of writing out what I like about the different pieces, what I don't like, and like kind of say, do I want to replace this? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to let it go and not replace it, not like, you know, find something that works better but is similar? Has anyone done that? Like, here's the thing. I don't really gravitate towards fashion content because a lot of the kind of, because this isn't minimalism. But I also do want to have stuff that I'm excited about and let go of stuff that I'm not excited about. Or not purchase things that I'm not excited about just because it's available. Because that's usually what would happen in the past. So, you know, I don't gravitate towards a lot of like fashion content. Even from, you know, fat people. Even from people that are plus size. Because I personally, first of all, I find that a lot of the like minimalism culture of it all, like of the, a lot of fashion people that I found I can't even say found. Some of the beauty creators that I used to follow that kind of transition more into lifestyle, fashion, all of that, you know, are thin, white, conventionally attractive. So I didn't particularly find their whole capsule discussion inspiring because I'm like, yeah, you have the access to buy the one perfect sweater or the two perfect pairs of jeans or whatever they're kind of like, whatever they would talk about, the perfect dress, the perfect this or that. You know, a lot of my fashion history, fashion trauma is just kind of like taking what I can get and being as happy as I can with it. And I'm tired of that, but I also understand that the world is still limited. It is still limited. So, and you know, I've touched on, when I have talked about fashion on this channel, I have touched on how like, in a lot of ways, I don't even really know what my style is. Like, I don't feel like I have like that kind of nailed down. And a lot of it is because of the limited clothing options. And so I know that like, maybe that is it's like part of me is like, that's the first step. And the other part of me is like, No, because if that's the first step, I'm never going to take that first step. Like, I do feel like that approach would be limiting for me personally. I have plenty of, thankfully now, I have a whole like community of fat folks who I really love and adore. Thank you, Fat Girl Flow, Discord and Patreon. Hell yeah. So, you know, I can absolutely, and I will use them as like a, you know, reaching out point. But I just also wanted to talk about it here because, you know, it's a part of my life. It's a part of like, and me choosing to spend a little more time and money on my clothes versus my makeup is also a big thing. Or versus accessories. Like, those are big things. That's not something I typically have done in the past. I've been inching my way into it, but not a ton. I think I am going to do... I haven't done a liquid liner wing in, I feel like, a long time. I'm going to do a little something. Maybe a lot something. I don't know yet, but not talking. Okay, we're going to stop with the wing. I'm going to put a little bit of peach Persian. I think just like on the center of my mouth. Using my finger so I don't get brown lipstick all over that doe foot. Let me give you some close-up action. This is definitely, this whole look is giving me very, very 90s. But I can enjoy it and appreciate it. Definitely feel like 90s brought into 2022 with the multi-chromes. And all of the glow. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on this neutral full face. Let me know. And let me know if you have this palette or if you feel inspired by what I've created. And I feel like so when it comes to fashion, when it comes to buying thoughtfully and actually like honoring my body, honoring my actual desires, my style, and just being able to enjoy shopping as much as I can, which is not always a lot. I would love any advice you have, or just any good words, anything. Like, do I just embrace my like planning nerd and make myself a closet spreadsheet where I label everything, you know, document everything that I have and talk about if I want to replace it or just let it go or keep it? Like, do I do that? Is that what I do? Is that what I do? And if you have any like favorite brands, especially, I don't know, like I don't need, like I do want some basics, but I don't really want to spend a ton of money on them. So like, yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a new world for me, and it's something that, you know, I have been like doing a little bit. It's a shopping practice I've been doing a little bit over the last, I would say, 5 years. But I'm finally in this place where I'm like, there's a couple of things that have coalesced. Financially, that's a big part of it. The respect for myself and desire to dress in things that make me happy and really seek out those things, and the patience and kind of privilege and patience to like buy in that thoughtful way, because I'm not truly lacking in anything with my clothing, but I just have things that I want either duplicates of or that I want to adjust and tweak and replace and all of that. So I don't know if any of this, resonated with you. Definitely leave me a comment. You don't have to be a fat person to give me advice, but I appreciate for anyone that is not, in a straight size, that is in a plus size. If you have any advice, any perspective, any thoughts, I would love to talk to you in the comments. And if you were just here for the makeup, I hope you enjoyed this look. You'll have to let me know about that as well. I am, slowly playing with this palette and gathering thoughts, and I've been enjoying every time I pick it up, so it's always a good sign. It's not the sign that you need it or need to go search it out. I know it's discontinued, but I also know that things come back. So I'm not saying it in that way, but I am just giving you some thoughts. Anyway, most importantly, treat yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. And hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Bye, friends.